enjoy the scenic drive down there.
Says I need to log back in. Kick me out. Enter your password. Okay, we are live.
All right, looks like we're up and running. All right, everybody, take a good look at the meeting minutes. I've read them a couple times. See anything jumps out? Take note, let us know. Questions, comments? You good?
Good.
Okay. Have any visitors that'd like to address the council this evening? Okay, seeing as there's none.
Can I address that as a visitor?
Sure.
In all seriousness, I would like to say something on the scope of what I'm here as a citizen of the town of Wakarusa. I am very, very appreciative, not only as a citizen of Wakarusa, but as an employee of the town of Wakarusa for everything that you guys bring to us, not only daily, monthly, and everything. I think there's been people coming in talking about, and yes, we're privy to what tonight's agenda is about, but after last month's meeting, I felt like I probably should have spoke up then about the pickleball court proposal. I will be completely honest with you, there is no other place than Memorial Park. That's my perspective. As a town resident of Wakarusa, Indiana, there really isn't anywhere else that we could put it where it's close to proximity of bathrooms, we lost the mentality of Memorial Park a long time ago. We put a splash pad in there, we put disc golf in there, we put walking path in there. It's a sledding hill. This philosophy of what is this park meant to be for went out the window years long ago before this pickleball proposal came into play. With all the hard work that these three people have put in for planning of this, I think we really need to really consider what the proposal is, really evaluate it. If we must get more people in here that says, yes, this is where we need to go, instead of listening to the 1 or 2 or 5 people saying, it can't go there, it can't go there. I think there's gonna be more people, if they were to come in, to say, this is where it needs to go, and we're perfectly fine with that, than what we would with no people saying, find a different place. As a pickleball player, going to different places to play pickleball, it's nice to have public facilities right there. Meaning bathrooms, water fountain if necessary, things like that. I really, really strongly feel, again, I might be off left field for even saying something, but I felt like I wanted to say something last month about it. I really, truly think that you need to consider this proposal and hopefully get more perspective into it from other people instead of just saying, well, we're putting this on back, we're gonna hold off on this decision, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. There's too much at stake. There's donors, there's grant monies that's being available, things like that. It's, again, I'm thankful not only as a town resident, but as an employee of everything that y'all do for us. I am. I can't speak enough volume of it, but this whole thing where we're not wanting to have a pickleball put there at Memorial Park, I think is just asinine. That's all I gotta say.
So I'm not opposed to having it put in Memorial Park. I just don't particularly like the area. Like right on the school's, I'm kind of against having it on the school's property. I'd like to explore another way to do it.
But I'm under the assumption that the school has already deeded the property over, saying, yep, it's yours.
They
Yeah, they
deeded
did.
it over, or they believe.
No, they just, proposed an agreement to allow it to be used until they don't allow it to be used.
And I don't think they deeded it over, did they deed it over?
They didn't deed it over, they would still own their portion, your same portion of land, but they have an agreement, that they have their attorney write up to allow it there. That's how I understood that.
That's my understanding of that. It's, I mean, I don't even know where exactly, we haven't even determined exactly where the property is. But I do know that it's gonna come close to infringing, if not totally infringed, upon said school property. So, Mr. Croner was very supportive of that proposal. I do think it's interesting though that, in this conversation that, I think pretty much everybody agrees that Memorial Park is a great place for it, but maybe just north of there, closer to that back trail in between the ball diamonds and the pine trees in that area. But I couldn't agree more. I think it's a perfect
The
spot.
discussion that was here in November was over there by the bathrooms and everything else, right? That's what was my impression,
Yeah.
that it was gonna be there, that north was too wet, we'd have to build it up, yada, 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 yada. But my impression was it was gonna go there, right next to the gate, the fencing. I mean, again, Memorial Park would be great, but I think where it was proposed to be, I get it, I understand the school saying, yeah, go ahead. But it wouldn't be any different if it was over here by the tennis courts.
I'm totally opposed to that.
Yeah, I mean, but it's
I mean,
school property,
No, I think
school
it needs to
property,
be at
school
Memorial
property.
Park. Definitely.
It's just finding the right spot at Memorial Park, because we just discussed, we don't even know exactly where that spot was. Is it on, is it not on? We're all rushing to do something, we don't know where it's gonna go. It's just kind of like, oh yeah, it's in that general area. Well, where's the area? What is the area for sure? Is it our property? Is it not our property? And then, do we have enough parking on that whole? We don't have enough parking for what's there. How do we get more parking? How do we attain everything in one lot? We got one shot to do this, let's do it right. Let's just not rush to do it.
Where we wanna place it. We just didn't think it was necessary, and we know that part of, if we did it on the southeast corner as opposed to the northeast corner. The northeast corner would be the town's property, and it would need some kind of tiling or drainage underneath. When they mow, it's not super wet there, but there are other areas near there that do have standing water when it's wet. But if we did the southeast corner, we know where we want to put it, and we know that part of it's on the school property. We just didn't think it was necessary to know exactly where the property line is and to pay for that to be done. When we know part of it's on the school property and the school would be okay with it. And then as far as parking, if we did it on the southeast corner, well, either way, we would do parking in front of the courts. But the southeast corner would also have parking in front of the school on the south side and you know, wherever else school parking would be if we had like a weekend tournament where you have quite a bit of traffic and school would not be in session. So that would be a good solution for parking there.
I also think you want to keep it to this end because of the drainage issues. We could spend a lot of money
I think the bishop runs the map.
trying, yeah, and the bathrooms.
I think
you-
drainage, no matter where we put it, we need to make sure we have proper drainage underneath it.
Well,
I mean, when I researched upstairs, he said that's the main issue.
Yeah.
Make sure that you have your foundation correct with drainage.
but I don't want to start out in a
That's
hole.
part of the problem with the existing tennis courts, isn't it?
Yes, it
Uh,
is.
Whatever prep work was not done correctly.
Right.
That makes perfect sense.
And I think you wanna
those
be
steps
close.
are gonna be taken, it's just once we determine
Right.
where, we know that there's solutions out there, but we gotta determine where we're gonna place it and then have, I don't know, if it be JPR
We'll work through
or, yeah. We would take the proper steps.
But let's go back to the park when that thing first started, because I was on the council when we first started the park back here. The whole idea of putting the trees back there was so we could get some trees. And yes, we were asking people to donate and you know, and then it became in memory of. And that's how that whole thing came about. So it was just to put some trees in there to start out with the park.
I mean, I love the, I'm not discrediting the Memorial Park mentality by any means, but, you know, it's, again, I really felt like I should have spoke up last month, and I didn't. And I kind of just really want to just, as a resident of Wakarusa, I think we want growth, we want vitality, we want people to come to Wakarusa. And, you know, it's a phase that's here today and it can be gone 5-10 years from now. But as of right now, you just, it's just crazy as it's going. I mean, it's really popping.
I'm not opposed to doing it, but I do.
I just, again, thank you. I mean, I thank you for allowing me to say it, to be here to say it, so.
I guess since we're still on it. Troy, you just walked in. Do you have anything you'd like to address the council with tonight?
No.
Okay. So I checked. You want to put you on the spot.
All good.
Give you your opportunity.
Here you go.
All right, Katie.
First item, we have ordinance 2025-10 to establish a special non-reverting capital park fund. I did check with State Board of Accounts, and council would set the budget for the park board, but the park board gets to determine what items or things that they would like to spend money on. So that was in question last month.
This fund is for the donation aspect of it.
Yes.
Wouldn't be,
Yes, my plan is to use this particular fund to keep track of donations and grant money, to keep it separate from other items, when the budget rolls over each year. And then the general fund I would keep that appropriation line that's labeled park board, just for all their other various expenses.
Any other questions on 25-10? Okay. 25-11.
This ordinance is, to approve me to make in the year transfers to balance the 2025 budget.
Pretty straightforward. Do it every year. Okay. Looks like we got some bond renewals.
Yes, there's one for Lisa that needs, requires the council signatures. And then mine is just a change rider to reassign the POA from other insurance.
Okay.
And next, we've got the proposal from Arthur Construction for pickleball courts. And it'd be 6 pickleball courts and 1 basketball court.
So on this, I'm not seeing any type of drainage.
No, I don't think Ariola would do that. It would be someone else.
Okay. When I see it
Outside of the.
said strip the topsoil, so I assume they were doing stripping the topsoil.
So the proposed spot, how many feet off of the walking path? I've got the map up and I'm trying to get a scale going here.
The space between the trees, I know you said walking path, but what we measured was from the trees to the fence.
To the fence, and it would fit on between the trees and the fence.
That space is 75 feet. And as we're doing 2 courts wide, 2 courts wide would be 60 feet. So there would be 15 feet of wiggle room between.
If you go 2, 2, and 2. And they're,
Okay, well, according to their proposal, it's 75 feet by 260 feet, which means that's right up, taking out the fence. That's our whole concern on this, is we don't have exact answers on what we're doing, where we're doing. As I look at this and go to the scale, if I go 50 foot, because it won't be a 75-foot scale off of the tree, we're almost at the fence. So 75 foot tells me we're at the fence, if not over the fence. So now we're talking about ripping out the school's fence.
We're not ripping out school fence. And I don't know if they plan to seed or put gravel. I don't know that detail, but I know that the width of 2 pickleball courts would be 60 feet and the space there is 75 feet.
Now, does the 60 feet include any kind of buffer area around those courts?
Yes. Which is the standard size for pickleball court, 2 pickleball courts wide.
So what you're saying is we're gonna have 15 feet buffer between that and fence? Somewhat.
15 feet altogether, so it might be
Seven,
7.5
Yeah,
on each, or if you have it over a little bit further,
Okay.
5 to 10 feet over, that would be.
individual court is 20 feet.
Yes. Yeah. Possibly.
Between each one, so that 60 is encompassing buffer and the entire court. Yeah.
Well, it's in grass. Long, yeah. Where's more big? That's the fence. So you're good. 150 foot. They want to tear off 75 by 260. I don't see there's a space here. That would move the trees, which nobody's talking about.
We're not removing any trees.
There should be plenty of room for 2 by 2, 2 courts, 3 deep going north and south. There should be plenty of room between the fence and the trees, and plenty of buffer in between. You're not gonna fit a third one in there, but you could fit 2 in there, and it would be very comfortable. According to, I walked it off with the wheel, both north and south, east and west. And you should be able to get through 60 feet, that includes the buffer, and on top of that buffer is an additional 15 feet, half of which could go to the east, half of which could go to the west. But the trees vary as well. So I think the thing that you want to keep in mind is how close does it have to be to the actual fence without it looking too wonky, if you will, against that west
Right,
row
your-
of trees.
Your fence is your
Right.
baseline.
Right, that would be your baseline, and I think we would find that there'd probably be plenty of room. David, we even talked about utilizing the fence. I think Carl, you and I actually talked about this, utilizing the fence as a boundary, if you will, the easternmost boundary for the courts. But then you have plenty of room
Mhm.
on the west to put 6 courts, and I think even a basketball court. I think would fit. Without having to tear out any trees or fence or disc golf or anything, it's a big enough area that you
The
could.
idea was to put the basketball court on the very north of the 3, or the 6 pickleball courts.
And use their fence or have a fence and a fence?
When we talked to our Yoder, it was not to utilize the school since Carl has recommended, or suggested, I should say, that possibility.
You'd have to
We're open
replace it
to
with
it.
10 foot.
I was just gonna say, how tall is that
Yeah,
fence?
6 foot, but
Yeah,
It
you
would
can do a
look
6-foot fence.
much better placed. Rather than having 2 parallel fences. Because you could leave a dead space in there that would be almost unmaintainable, depending on where you put it.
Nobody would know.
And if we talk to them, are they okay with the replacement of their fence with a 10-foot tall fence?
Well, I think we would just go to a 6-foot fence to match.
So what happens when you hit your ball or you knock your basketball over the 6-foot tall fence? Bye-bye ball?
Have to go around.
We're gonna get it around it.
If you can.
Sorry to interrupt, but one of the caps, small caps out here on, over that side's missing. And if one of the Amish would happen to come through here with a horse, it'd step in and snap its leg, so.
Take care. Thank you.
Perfect, thank you.
Is that fence locked in summertime?
In the summertime, the gate's not shut.
There's people parking there all the
For
time.
baseball.
For baseball and park, going there to the park. And
I think it's a little.
Just during the
It's-
school year.
the school, yeah, and
So
it's just,
they don't play basketball during the school year.
well, I'm not saying no. You'd have people possibly playing basketball and winter not, but days.
That's something I'm sure you could get worked out with the school.
I think it'd be easy just to put a fence along the school property line and use the fence like a cow fence and just. so that you keep-
Well, that was my whole question, is have we talked to them about replacing the fence with a
No,
10-foot
we've
fence?
not gotten to that point at all. I think that's obviously a conversation. I think Mr. Croner would definitely have that conversation. I've never broached any topic with him where he's been talking about that. But
They've been very open and willing to work with us.
been very kind. But the concern is also, on the converse side of that, what happens when the kids throw something over? I think you have to have that 10-foot barrier, because they're gonna throw footballs and all kinds of stuff over, and how are they gonna, clearly not gonna put an access gate in. So I think we probably want to remove whatever, is it a 6-foot? I think it's a 6-foot fence, and just go back up with the 10-foot. We would have, that would have to be ironed out in the details, if we choose to put it at that particular location. If it seems to make sense to do that. I mean, again, I'm understanding the concerns really, but in terms of talking points, I think we can work our way through that and arrive at some kind of a plan moving forward, even if it's putting it at the northeast corner, which will involve markedly more site prep. Or could involve markedly more site prep. Did you have someone in mind for that? Well, I mean, there's a drainage issue out there as it is. Is that something that?
Not right top of my head right now, but it's something we can address. We'll work towards it on it.
Last time we did some type of drainage, that was marking, drainage, worked with us.
We'll see what kind of direction this goes. I mean, what needs to be done. You guys pick out a spot and we can really address that. What's gonna take place and what needs to happen outside of this before the construction starts. To make sure that it's got adequate sub base on the longevity of the asphalt.
And it sounds to me like it would make sense to go out and confirm those measurements. I mean, to go out and walk it with a wheel again.
I think we all need to go.
Yeah, and to see what it would look like. We could mark it out, drive stakes, we could say, here's your outer points, here's, north, south, east, and west. This is what it would look like. I think this reminds me of putting a new kitchen in the house, but Pam, she had to see.
Right. I'm a visual person.
Well, yeah, and it just makes sense because it's hard to imagine, as I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, he's telling me I read that measurement.
Yeah,
Was it
right.
75 feet or was it 65 feet? For sure it was 75 feet. I checked it twice, but still, I think it would be good to put a visual to it.
Yeah, that is helpful. We have done immense research on this topic, and have been talking to our Yoder about it since summertime. Rob went out and measured with the measuring wheel, but like you said, I went out and, took pictures and had to visually see it myself and walk it. And once you're there, it could fit there. Yes, you can fit parking there. Like, it's helpful to visualize it and just walk it and go out there and see the space. Yes, there's room for it there.
I hate to ask this, but is there any way we can make sure these additional public input on reference of site? What
Like the north
controls?
versus the south or something. I'm not opposed to that, but I don't know.
I don't know, Doc can throw something on Facebook to just.
Just post out on Facebook.
It's so wildly popular, I can't imagine
Right.
people wouldn't chime in on that.
Right.
No, I think everybody's in favor of doing it. It's just
Right, it's-
weird to do.
No, but but that's what I'm getting at. I think that's actually a great idea.
Yeah, I think there's pros and cons to both
Right.
south and north.
I'm just looking at it cost-wise, you're better off staying to this end of it because of the drainage.
Yeah,
You're gonna spend quite a bit of money on the drainage on the other end.
But if you did that, would you be able to put more stuff out there
I know.
if you took care of your
For
needs?
future growth.
Yeah.
I dare you to use one. While you do that.
Really, even just to fix the existing problem, project you utilize.
You already have to do much of it.
our Yoder, there's really no cost difference, but as far as drainage, that's what it is.
And his name's Charles.
Well, you got.
That's the
you
guy
got-
you want to talk to. He can
I
tell.
think he did, can't spot it loss.
Well, and then when we were doing the sticker thing, he'd come along there and help us out on that.
That was Lester, right? That was going.
On, there you go. I knew he would come.
Yeah, I deal with you guys.
But you could drain that pretty quickly too. I mean, it's just a matter of. I guess the way I see it is, we're not making a decision tonight, but we move forward, but we just need to figure out exactly what we want.
I think we need to pull in park board too.
Is that something the park boards have discussion on?
Yeah, they've been talking about it. They're for it. They just, it's really like what the plan is. We shared things. What's that?
We do like a joint session
Good.
between the park board and the town council.
Yep.
We can all meet out there.
Yeah.
6, 9, during the blizzard?
Maybe another day.
Friday, the 10th.
Did you say Ashley meet up? Did she say Ashley meet up there with park board?
What?
Ashley meet up there with park
No,
board?
I think that'd be a good idea.
I think that's a springtime thing, but I think as far as the rest of you, keep moving forward with.
Well, unfortunately, you're really moving forward with the
Yeah,
spot.
inside,
Yeah.
So,
Could the boys
lay something out with the view. Or could you and I go out there tomorrow afternoon before the meeting lay out?
There's enough white snow, you can upside down marking.
Right.
Yeah, I won't be here for the meeting tomorrow,
Oh, okay.
sorry.
That's okay.
Then fly the drone over it.
I know. It's
Big red square.
Take it to the park. Yeah, just thinking that if everybody can agree with spot, we'll make it happen. I mean, there's no worries there. Just what cost it's gonna be because of the drainage. I just think the bathrooms are a huge aspect of it for now. Whether we build new bathrooms down there, if we continue to go north down the road, but for now, we've got to utilize the assets we have for this situation. And then look, maybe a more thorough plan with the park board involved, saying, what do we want to do with this north end? What would you guys like to see? And then we can start addressing those issues. But I mean, it's all your guys' decision.
I think it's such a big thing, I mean,
Yeah.
large space, that I would really like to see it go down there and then fill in with some more stuff in between. I'm envisioning this, and maybe it's because I can't envision it. With the splash pad and that, I mean, I just feel like it's gonna be a lot in a small area. Or I'd rather see the bigger things spread out, whether we have to put a porta potty down there for a couple of years,
Yeah.
or whatever.
It is an athletic activity, they should be able to walk to that.
Yeah,
Do that.
exactly, I agree.
Like, it's not really that far.
Here to tell you. People will go in those trees long before they go, I'm telling you, that's what will happen.
Oh, we'll put a camera.
There's enough low branches.
Especially if they put
Be
buckets
very
out.
busy too.
Buckets out there.
We'll have an alert.
The good thing is we're getting a lot of interaction on this conversation.
Yeah.
Keep it going. Just everybody work together and we'll come together.
I've walked that path, I will say, it doesn't take that long to
Yeah.
walk from the northeast side, I get that. So, but I think, I love the idea of getting together with joint,
The other thing I'm concerned about is lighting. I mean, I think we're gonna wanna light it.
oh, yeah.
And I
have to.
don't know if we want that all right where those new houses are at. I mean, if we want that lighting there. Those owners are gonna be, I mean, I realize there's not a lot they can do about it, but do we wanna make them, I don't know.
And park board plans to light the whole path.
Yeah. I'm just thinking directional lighting, they'll be bright.
I guess I get how, if you want to keep them dimmer like the rest of the path lights.
Maybe not see
All
them
right.
all.
Yeah, those are good considerations, I think. I think it's a great idea to go out there, see it, put our heads together and go, this versus this, and try to come up with some kind of intelligent design there. I think that's great.
That snow wouldn't be so heavy, Carl, you could take a snow blower out there and make out your path. That snow's nasty.
Any questions, comments? Are good on that?
One other item that's not on the agenda, just follow up on our salesperson registration. That's also in my folder. There's some back and forth emails. The old application is on page 2 of that file, and then the proposed new application is page 4. Discuss what that ordinance update, what it look like, if we want to give it time frames within the file versus when they can go out, or what we want that fee to be, or whatever details we want around that.
Yeah, I think we need to amend the ordinance with whatever we want to have additionally included in the application. Because the ordinance doesn't really do very much with respect to the requirements of the application other than what's listed there now. Name, address, social security number, company, type of merchandise, time and duration. It says there's no fee for the registration. We had mentioned about a fee in those ordinances that I had sent to Lisa most of them have fees based upon the duration of the license. Has a way to revoke the license. Has some more enforcement provisions.
Is there something about limits, like limit of time, like you have 5 days?
Yeah, we draft the ordinance however we want, but a couple of the ordinances had different fees you would pay for a different amount of time for your license to be good for. They also had restrictive hours of time during the day, depending upon the time of year, probably to keep people from doing it when it's dark or getting dark. So, and then fines for violating the ordinance, which the current ordinance doesn't have.
Yeah, this needs to be.
Yeah, I
You're
mean-
looking at me.
Well, I mean, you're talking about hours of operation, completely forbidden. I mean.
Right.
Yeah.
It's,
Right.
to me, it's late Monday through Friday and from 9 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock in the evening. You know, that it specifically addresses that
Right.
in the ordinance. I mean,
Were there
it's-
people soliciting in town
Yes,
last night?
No, I don't know about last night.
All
The night before.
and they were Friday.
There was one day I reached.
I'm pretty sure I stood in my living room and I watched somebody solicit Rich Whitmer across the
Mhm.
street at like 5:30, 6 o'clock. Two
It's
guys
dark.
with parkas and face masks, literally face masks, went to his house and he quickly turned them away. But that was a Sunday evening at 5:30. Yeah, I agree. That's crazy.
We need to put some teeth into this and do it pretty hard because I've been hearing a lot of complaints about it and we need to address it.
And a couple of those ordinances, all of them like require the people who are doing the soliciting to carry their permit with them. Which are, yeah, I mean, our current ordinance, the only thing that it does is say, okay, here's what you fill out in your application. So there's no vetting of the application in the ordinance.
I personally think they ought to give 24 to 48 hours of, hey, we're coming. Okay, fine, but we're gonna do background on you for a day or two. And then you come back in and pick up your permit. I mean, that,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't remember which one it is, but there's a specific
I saw that.
ordinance that has, like, send it to the police department, they check it out. I didn't see a time period in that particular ordinance, I was like, well, do you have to come back, or what's that time period? I'm not sure they have one, but yeah, something
we can make it whatever we want. to make it.
correct. But to do that, we've gotta amend the ordinance.
Whose is this in here that we're reading?
There's a few different ones.
It's a bunch pieced together?
Yeah, Lisa had sent me an email and said she had looked at some ordinances. I had actually looked at a couple of ordinances while we were sitting here last month talking about it. So it's just.
Highland, yeah.
Highland is one, I think Huntington's another one, Floyd County, I think, was one.
Gas City,
Yeah,
Cicero.
Gas City probably similar sized town to
Cicero also.
Waukegan. And, those are just ideas, and we plug in whatever we want. I mean, the state has a statute that applies to counties, but then I printed off the part of the statute that says that cities and towns can make their own, so it's not limiting what cities and towns can do for their licensing.
So I definitely agree ours needs to be more similar to each of these. Probably parts of each of these are valid and good. I like the $1,000 a day fine. I like the ones $50 a week or $300 a year. I don't know if we even offer a year.
No.
I don't think you, I think going 2 weeks is pushing it.
I'm almost thinking you're allowed to apply for 1 week every 6 months, you know?
How about this, the fingerprints of the applicant and the names of at least 2 reliable property owners of the county who will certify as the applicant's good character. Responsibility. Stop them. Yeah.
You know, that's a great question. Do you want the representation of the company or the person who's representing the company?
Yeah,
That's-
exactly.
I mean,
Are we relying
not
on
that
the
I
company?
profile,
Yeah,
but man alive, when you got people coming in for New Sash windows, I'm just using New Sash, I don't think they're even a company anymore, but you got guys that are coming from Grover Town and you're going, what are you doing here?
But I think,
I mean,
I
it's-
think there, they gotta put the people who are coming in, you know. and-
I personally think there ought to be a supervisor and then the workers who are gonna be going door to door.
Right, and
And
these
all of them
have
registered.
submitting picture IDs.
the statement as to whether or not the applicant has been convicted of any crime, misdemeanor, or violation of the union's ordinance.
Well, sometimes Lisa's a knee-high private eye and she'll go in,
Yeah.
she'll go into my case and look into things. And there were a couple guys coming in that had been arrested in Kosciuszko County for burglary, for resisting law enforcement. You know, you look at that and you go, sorry, you're not coming to this town.
And right now, there's nothing we can do.
No, you're right.
Well, and that'd be part of giving the 24 hours notice, to do all that.
Better find somebody else to come in. This
Yeah.
person's not.
You know, do you have this?
I do have the email. Yep. Yep. It was you.
Let's set up a time.
Make it about 10 grand.
Frontier can afford it. They're the ones who are here that
That's
are
the ones
just
that are-
being crazy.
That's the ones that are irritating me right now. I'm just being right up front.
Yeah, they're the ones that are coming in at night, not coming in and registering with Katie and Lisa up here.
Okay. Anything else, Katie?
No.
JPR?
Yeah, so hopefully you guys had a good Thanksgiving. And are enjoying the nice weather that we have out there. Let's make the best of it. Got a month left of this year, so. Real quick, before I get into the monthly memo, I just want to make sure that is the correct town logo at the top and not this other one that I found. Is this an old logo? Town logo?
Yeah.
The green?
This is.
Okay. I'm not sure where that came from, but that was on one of our letterheads for you guys. So I'll update it with the correct logo. Or Katie, if you can send me a town letterhead. Okay. I know the agenda just says we're going to talk about the ditch, but there's a couple other items that I want to go through quickly. So regarding the water system PIR and the wastewater treatment PIR, Dan Bym and myself sent you guys our PIRs a couple months ago and had a whole grocery list of items we were looking at, some parts and pieces that needed to be updated nearing the end of its useful life. And we wanted to kind of formulate a project that would work best for you guys right now. On the wastewater side and then on the water side, dealing with that pressure issue on the south end of town for those commercial services. So been notified from Alex that the Elkhart County Redevelopment Commission. Oh, yeah.
It
Walker.
does say Elkhart County,
It does.
because I thought, well,
Yeah, right.
no.
Right.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
It says Elkhart County Redevelopment.
Sorry.
Wow, they're getting involved in it.
On this?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
They're going to be assisting with some funding of that project, whether that's going to be on the non-construction design side or the actual construction of it, we'll determine, but, Alex and I are gonna be meeting next week to kind of refine the scope a little bit, go over some milestone schedules, what it's gonna look like for the next month, 2 months, 6 months. Getting those projects refined and ready for construction, so. I'll have plenty of updates for you guys over the next couple of months.
Josh?
Yeah, go
Can I
ahead.
tag along with that?
Yeah.
So with the Walker's RDC approving the $846,500 to be used towards the booster station improvements and lagoon improvements for 2026. I won't be here tomorrow, but I'd like for you guys to, if you could, give the authorization to proceed with those two projects. Booster station is going to be funded through the RDC and then contingency money left. We're gonna act as the general, working with JPR, they're gonna do the design on it. And that's part of the meeting next week. And then also I broke down the wastewater lagoon improvements into 3 phases. And the RDC has approved the first phase of improvements out there. There's one large item out there, maybe 1 or 2 large items we'll have to bid out. So with that, we'll come to you guys and ask permission to bid those items. The other items, we're gonna start taking care of in 2026. Like the night gate valve, stuff like that, where we can act as the general and just do that stuff. So, just if you guys would consider that for tomorrow night's meeting and give us the thumbs up to proceed with those items, and then if there's a bid item that meets that threshold, we will take it to you guys and ask permission to bid on it. It isn't something we're going to sidestep that, and we're gonna follow the plan that I filled out. I think you guys will have a copy of that, so we're gonna stick with that. So. Sorry, Chris.
No, you're good. Item number 2, well, the second item, CCMG project assistance. So the application submitted for review.
We just found out the bad news, we did not get it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, grants were.
There are 450 applications and ours wasn't chosen, so.
Yeah, it's frustrating, but that's with everything right now. Everybody's trying to get all the money they can for infrastructure improvements, and the pool's getting a little too big for the state of Indiana, so.
Do you know if there'll be a second pool in 2026?
No, I don't.
I believe they said July of 2026 we'll be able to apply.
That was my understanding.
Yeah, I know they're consolidating next year. And I know July, that's when you can reapply and see if they have any more money, but I would assume that there would be just as many people.
The problem is you went from 2 calls a year to 1 call a year now,
Yeah.
so everybody's trying to get on that 1 call. And
Well, and the other problem with that probably is, I don't know if you were at the Goshen Theater when Stephen Clark and Mayor Lichty were talking, but about the SDA one, they were saying that as our infrastructure costs from 2020 to 2025 have went up 38%.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
So it had previously only went up 4%.
the community crossing,
And then
I
it went
think
to 38%.
it's a great program, but
Yeah.
I think it just elevated prices like crazy.
Because there's a lot of non-construction costs.
That's a huge, I mean,
Yeah.
it's gonna weed.
With that, we will try to do some, we're gonna meet with the contractor and do some local paving with JPR and do a couple streets at least, use up our paving funds or at least making some progress. We don't want to get behind, so that'll be this winter we'll start planning for that.
Let's see, I guess let's just move on to the second page, the ditch culvert study. So, Mark Wilson, did go out there and inspect it and, analyze that it needs to be replaced. I don't know what's going on there. We did a cost estimate, we did some coordination with, a vendor that has a product that for lining it, And then I believe Ken Jones was working with the Drain Commission on kind of drafting an interlocal agreement that could be agreed upon between the two parties, the two jurisdictions of that area. And to date, I just talked with Ken on right before Thanksgiving, and he hadn't heard anything, so it's kind of in a holding pattern right now. I don't know how much you guys want us to push to try and get some sort of an agreement signed, so work can be done on that culvert or
Do you know who he sent in that?
Did you send an agreement to somebody?
yes. I would have to find out who exactly, but yeah, he said he sent a draft agreement to Drain Commissioner and attorney.
Steve Olson.
Yes, Steve Olson. Yeah. Yep.
So there are two problem areas here. One is on North Elkhart Street and one on East Waterford. I think we're going to deem East Waterford as more of a priority. We got active sinkholes in the yard out there. So hopefully we'll focus on that one first, in my opinion. So work with the county on it and see what everybody comes to a conclusion about, but we got cones out there that just keep
Disappearing.
Yeah.
Squirrels.
Ground moles, right?
Squirrels.
So, but I think that'll be first check the priorities.
Luckily, we didn't lose them in the end.
Exactly. We fixed the section that the town owned. We fixed that by shoving some pipe in. But, so, first time our guys have ever done that, so we're pretty well.
Let me see if I can get a better update for you on where it stands. And then I just added a little bit of note on this town master plan. I met with Austin and Andrew last week, or a couple weeks ago. I was at the last meeting. I know you guys were talking about updates at the park, a whole discussion about pickleball courts, which I think is a great idea. And they said they sent you guys a revised proposal for the market study RFP back in late August, early September. Wasn't sure if there was any movement, if you guys were gonna try and tackle the pickleball courts and all that stuff first, and then reevaluate the rest of that. Just want to know that we still have that on hold and we're ready. If you guys wanted us to move forward, so.
Okay.
Appreciate that. That's all I got.
All right, thank you.
It's a good looking tree you got out there. Where do you get a tree like that? That's not something you can get off Amazon.
We'll start looking. Just a random homeowner.
Oh, wow.
About 3 miles out of town, wanted to put it uptown. They're, donated it to us, put it uptown, and it turned out pretty good.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Search for next year's tree is already gone.
Yep, exactly. Luckily, it didn't fall apart when we dropped it.
Last year took two, right?
Yeah, last year we dropped the tree and all the branches broke. It was so dry.
I think we'll vote on never speaking of that again, so it doesn't, you don't will it in existence.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, no, that one looks pretty healthy out there. So.
It still doesn't beat, what, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and they're sticking branches in there.
Because they drug it down the street behind
Like
it,
an
yeah.
enormous bush.
That was the COVID tree, the tree had COVID.
We keep joking around about a Charlie Brown themed tree one year.
Yeah, we had it.
We've
It was
had
there.
that.
I mean, just an actual. I made the theme.
I get phone calls about it.
How long have you guys been doing that? A while.
71 years.
71 years.
Or Rob last year though at the tree lighting.
Yeah.
Had to climb on there and redo the lights.
I might need to talk to you about the electrical connection.
And while we're talking about the tree, weren't they supposed to turn it back off because we're lighting it Friday night?
Well, that was my understanding, but.
It might not want anyone to run into it.
I didn't run into it last year.
First night.
They left the lights off all week.
I think.
Because we had the tree lighting.
I think we turned it on,
I think it was on.
and then we shut it off.
Shut it
That
off.
night.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh, see, I thought they were off.
Because then we had the electrical issue, because
Yes.
it worked before.
yes,
Yeah.
and
And then
then
we
it
had-
did.
Oh, that's
right.
When we
Yeah.
went to.
That's right.
So I thought it was off, and we did a
Because when
test
Rob
run
went
during
in
the
there,
day, and everything was good.
All I know is there were sparks under the.
There
tree.
were
I was
sparks,
out there
I
pulling
thought,
fucking
oh my
things.
gosh, I hope they don't.
Trying to line it up and use some firewood, huh?
All right, Tim.
got there, you did.
Just leave them for
I'm sorry.
What you got, Tim?
Oh, it's a beat?
Yeah.
So I have just, here we are, first,
Oh,
We get
did I-
December.
hold on, I
Yeah.
skipped the whole, DLZ portion, didn't I?
okay.
Yeah, all right, DLZ, we've got pay apps, pay app number 15. $39,087.50. This is for the water treatment plant. 10/18 through 11/14.
Filters are on site, laying outside, covered up with tarp. So, high service pumps are set, piping inside is going to go nicely. I didn't get a chance to make it out today, but, yeah, they're progressing very nicely, so.
All right, so that's pay app 15 for DLZ. We've got pay app 13 for our Yoder, $640,768.82. Imagine part of that's those big beautiful filters sitting there.
Probably not yet. Probably the high service pumps and stuff.
Okay.
And VFDs.
All the good stuff, it's looking good. So that's number 13. And then we've got, switching gears to the Keystone Lift Station, DLZ's pay app number 16, $5,790. And then the agenda says it's pay app number 5. The pay app in front of me says it's pay app number 4.
It's 5, it's listed as 4 on the top line, but the bottom line is 5.
Yeah, you're correct. It does say 4 and 5
Yes,
both on the
it
same
is
thing.
5.
$56,165.47. And they're about done out there after the first year when we get back after the holiday.
Yeah, start up around like the 12th of January.
Okay.
So weather pending, so not Christmas Eve. So.
Okay. And anything else from the DLZ camp? Good? Okay. All right, Tim, I guess now it's you.
So today marks basically the biannual amount for reserve pay. So for the second half, I'm requesting $600 to be paid out to Craig Lee Baker, Kenny Moles, Silas Grossman, Brian Gonzalez, and Kyle Maycomer for their clothing allowance. Total amount of $3,000 to be released from this.
We holding up all right with 5? We looking for more?
I'll always consider taking 1 or 2 more on because I have a great group of guys, but there's still times and moments where I'm going to say it, we're all getting older. We're all saying, really want to do it no more, that kind of mentality. 5 is good. 5's good, but I wish I had about 1 or 2 more. That way, I would just kind of release it a little bit. And what happens is when those 1 or 2 come in, if they were to come in, somebody's working more than the other, it's that payout for clothing allowance might diminish. Right now, 5's good. Should have another 1 or 2. Yeah, I know it's not on my agenda. I know that I said last month that I would try to take an account for semi-traffic. I have been kind of paying attention to it a little bit, coming in and out. I would say probably out of it's a high number, 10 semis coming in the day. 6 to 7 of them have been farmers, and there's still those 1 or 2 that, without stopping them and asking them, where are you going, where are you coming from, that kind of thing, just because I'm nosy and I'd like to know, see how many passer-throughs are coming through. It's people, when they come in and say there's a lot of semi-traffic, there is quite a bit of semi-traffic, but I'm telling you, it's not them that are creating the noise. It's not them. I mean, they're loud vehicles anyway, and I'm never having to talk to them about speed or stop signs or anything like that. It's just the presence. So I don't know what we want to do to stop it, but we definitely are not seeing the IM truck. What was that?
Eight.
IM trucking. What was it?
It was 3 letters, I can't remember what it was.
Right, trucking, IAM.
Something like that.
Out of Sturgeon.
I've not seen them for months.
I haven't either.
So
Those were the trash trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that exits
Yeah, they were
back
doing
open there.
4 to 6 of them a day.
But primarily, most of them are agriculture reasons coming in and out. I just want to kind of let you know, I told you to try to take it. I didn't sit out in front of the police department or somewhere along Waterford Street taking an account. I mean, I still would like to do that just to see, but there's quite a bit. And that's not talking about concrete trucks and
Tractors.
yeah.
High-speed tractors.
High speed truck.
Those guys.
Those are loud. High speed truck.
So that's all I got. Thank you.
All right, Alex, back to Public Works.
First I want to say that, we have a great public works staff and they're doing a phenomenal job. Whether it's plowing snow, whether it's working on equipment that's saving us a lot of money, they're doing a fantastic job. So if you see them, thank them. So they're doing good. Very happy with them. It's a team. Next thing is, Rob and I recently had some issues with a directional drilling company in town. I think we need to start looking at taking more control, or determining more who works in the right of way in our town and where they go in our town. Because we can dictate in that right of way where they can go. We don't have an application process. We don't have a fee with it. We don't make sure their license is bonded. We have none of that. So I think we need to work with Charlie here on starting a utility right of way permit and work out those details. I mean, we have a directional driller in town. Rob was there. Where are you guys going? And where's, we don't have a map. We have nothing. And you're putting it in the public right of way, which is inside the town of Walker. So that's something we need to hammer out and be ready for next year at some point, before springtime, and get a utility right of way permit process.
Well,
they were
it's been continuous. Like, why couldn't they have done this all
It's
the
just
time?
it's just
continually.
competition. And then they'll come in, they'll blow in 2,000 feet in a day.
Mhm.
My guys can't locate 2,000 feet in a day.
Right.
With everything else, they'll be dedicated right to that.
Mhm.
So if we have a permitting process where I can control the time of things, okay, do phase 1. Once phase 1's done, we'll review phase 2, we'll release phase 2. Then we can control it more and dictate where they're going. They may be putting fiber right on top of our water mains, and there's nothing we can do about it. So we just have to give them a spot in the utility easement, but we can dictate it's got to be 90-degree turns. It can't just be whatever depth you want, whatever angle you want. So I think it's something that we need to work
They
on.
hit a 1-inch service line this last week. Our guys were out, got it done, got it fixed within an hour or so.
Yeah.
But they were on their way to head down a private line or a private lane. And they were saying, oh yeah, they had permission. They talked to the property owners and so on and so forth. Well, then we talked to the property owners and the property owners were like, no, this is not. So you guys need to go. They would already mark, they were top holing, there was cones and all kinds of stuff on private property.
We're a little late to the game on this, but we just need to proceed forward on getting something in place.
When you go out there to Kmart, all you see is
Yeah.
fiber cones.
But-
I mean, it's.
We get calls all the time. I got a hole in my yard. Okay, well, they didn't backfill the property.
Right. it's
So then we're
constant.
chasing that down or filling it ourselves, and it's just a hassle.
Or a hole in the driveway, you got a
Yes.
hole in the
Yeah.
driveway. a hole in-
Exactly.
It's
So-
12 inches.
Half the time, it's easier to just throw a little patch in it yourself, because, but
Right.
if you charge a fee with them, that would help offset some of that cost when you can't chase them down, or don't know who it was, so.
Charlie, I know the county did a bunch of stuff
Yeah.
along this lines, just last year or the year before, so.
As far as regulating.
mhm. And doing, they actually now have a full-time guy that's all he does is inspect utility installs.
That's a good idea.
You got time on your hands.
I'm not getting in those holes.
Oh, you mean he does not get in the hole? He doesn't get in the hole, you don't have to worry about that.
It's just, we need to police it better. At the end, it's our utility, it's in our town, we need to control where they're going, to work out in our best interest, so. Then again, with the booster station, we're doing, anybody have any questions on that? It's pretty straightforward, it's some items that really need to be addressed to extend the longevity, and then also the booster station with the pressure issues, so. If you guys have any questions on that, reach out, I'll walk you through kind of what we're doing, but I'm probably gonna, if I get the okay tomorrow, we're probably gonna order night valves right away. It'll take probably 2 months to get them, 2 or 3 months. So springtime we can put them in, so. But I just want to thank the RDC for their generosity. It's helping us avoid SRF funding, so it's huge. And that's all I have, thank you.
Rob?
Christmas tree. I personally want to thank the Rissers, Tim Risser and his family for donating the tree. It was a smooth operation today. Yeah, it was kind of an all hands on deck kind of thing, and I've got it on video, so I'll make sure I send it to you all. Alex only got stuck twice, but yeah, it's a gorgeous tree. I think it might be one of the prettiest I've seen out there. Super appreciative of our fire department and law enforcement and everybody for making this whole thing happen. And I think they're enjoying some pizza on the town right now. So anyway, it looks great. In terms of just some general cleanup, we've been talking with Business Coalition about some of the things that areas of concern in terms of abandoned buildings or empty buildings that just have sat empty for too long. We're trying desperately to clean those things up. Certain properties in town that are tremendous eyesores that has jumped to the front of my list, and I've been speaking with some of the executors of certain estates and getting some movement on that after speaking with their attorneys and telling their attorneys, please have these people reach out to me. Their property looks terrible and it needs to be addressed. And so we made some significant headway with one property in particular. And then Saturday came, they were supposed to show up with all their minions and haul out a lot of trash, and evidently the snowstorm prevented them from doing so. But I do feel like we're making some headway there. And with each and every day, I gain a little more confidence on how to actually talk to some of these people and just quite frankly, very boldly say, here's what the town expects. And if you're falling short of meeting that mark, we need to do something. And so we're getting some movement on the particular property. But I'm also learning a lot about certain properties and why they're that way. And so that's been very helpful to me. But in terms of moving forward, just working hand in hand with Alex and working hand in hand with Brock to try to make some of these things move forward. Really focused a lot of energy on the downtown projects, and I'm kind of mentioning, you're going to start seeing a lot more of that in my notes in terms of actually sitting down and establishing some dialogue with some of these building owners in terms of getting something in their properties. Very encouraged by most recent meeting I had with the general manager from Forest River. That entire north corridor we're just gonna start seeing, I think, significant improvements. We're already seeing improvements. The Cardinal plant has moved in from Elkhart. I think they brought with them about 110, 120 employees. Did a tour through that plant with their GM and one of their owners. And very impressed with what they're doing up there. They're also in the plans right now of bringing their sidewall division, their lamination division from Goshen. That will be here. The brand new building that just went up, or it's been up for a while, but they're just now getting production going. That's 100,000 square feet. They have plans for 3 more buildings very much like that. Interesting story. As they were walking through some of the buildings that are out there, there was one building they couldn't even get in. They had to break into the building that hadn't been entered for years. And when they got in there, they found that the furnace was on full blast and running. It was 90 degrees in the building, and they had no idea how long the furnace had been running in this empty building. So they just kept paying the gas bill, I guess. But it is their goal to change the entire look of that in that corridor as you go north on State Road 19. Jason Hirschberger, I don't know, Rocco, you may know Jason, but was a wonderful meeting. Katie and Lisa and I went out to, did Rocco? No, he was in the hospital with his dad. But we did a 2-hour tour of their facility, made some really, really great, I think, strides forward with building a relationship there. But I'm excited about them. Thor is also really ramping up production in Wakarusa, so I think we're going to see some exciting things in terms of what's happening out there. If you haven't been to Casey's yet, go to Casey's, get yourself breakfast pizza. It's really awesome.
You can see a cook making pizza.
You
really
can.
can.
We can.
It's too bad it's not at a place called Cook's, but it's a cook making pizza.
Regarding that, we're hoping that sometime either late December or early January, Anthony and his family will be back up and running. Pushing out pizza is going to be different, but looking forward to it. Hopefully it's going to be a good experience for the entire town, and it's a good thing. Hopefully it's a good thing for their family as well. But no, just again, thankful for the opportunity. I love the people that I get to work with. I actually got to go out and help with a tree today, so I felt important. But it was fun. But yeah, and people love our little traditions. It's interesting how many people from outside reach out and say, man, what a cool little town. So,
We were driving down the road and you could see people clapping.
they were seriously.
They're like, yeah, like super excited to see the tree come out.
I saw it on one of the community Facebook
I did
pages.
too, the
The
tree's
tree is
coming.
made it to town.
Yes.
And it showed
People
us-
were pulling off the road.
Like
and
Rockefeller.
So as we're getting ready to leave Whistler's, Alex is like, man, we might need a police escort, so I get on the phone with you.
I think we got as much publicity as Rockefeller Center tree coming.
Oh, yeah, definitely, for sure. It's prettier. It's pretty.
People clap when the pumpkin tree goes down.
But I also want to shout out to the street department. What a crazy weekend, holiday weekend, and they were just killing it, just killing it. I think.
Little hiccups, but they're doing a good job.
Yeah, but I think Adam was in a truck for 9 or 10 hours straight plowing, and you don't realize how much time and energy and just commitment and sacrifice goes into making it happen. But yeah, great guys. So other than that, just keep moving forward, driving forward.
Thanks, Rob. Bob? No.
As I mentioned before, on November 12th, they did the SCA 1 thing at Goshen Theater with the mayor of Goshen and Stephen Clark. It was very informative. You can go on the Goshen City website and see the whole thing. And I would recommend that you all do that. It was about an hour long, but it was.
I wanted to attend that. He actually did that
Yeah.
presentation for me privately,
Okay.
and it was
All the slides, everything are on there, so it was interesting.
very, very informative.
I've been in talks with him about putting on another one. He's okay with doing that, so
This Thursday,
more to
I
come.
had, Lisa subscribed to a AIM, I don't know if you guys saw that, a virtual thing, and I'll share it with you after I watch it. But it's gonna be on SEA 1 also. And then, turning comp plans into reality, which we need some help. So I think there'll be some good information on that. That's all I have.
Randall?
No.
Yeah, I'd like to bring up again, we got a text message again today that our recycling is not being picked up.
Really?
Yes, so,
It's been not picked up more than it's been picked up since I've started paying for recycling.
so. Yeah.
Said it was a mechanical error again.
Yeah,
That's the excuse they always use.
Yeah.
The last every time they used it. So.
When was the most recent one did not get picked? See, I don't
Today.
recycle, so.
Today.
Today. Did your trash get picked up?
Trash got picked up.
Yep, but the recycling did not.
Is it every Monday for recycling? or-
It's
Every other.
Every other Monday.
So
So,
now it goes,
everything.
so now it goes, now it's all month.
so yeah, I mean, there's multiple times it's been a month in between pickups.
Right.
Yeah. And there has to be a way that they can credit people rather than having them all have to do it. How many people are not asking for the credit? So they're not getting it, so that's 3 times now.
Well, how many people are asking, and did you just say not getting it?
How many people are not asking, not taking the
Because it's
time
not
because
worth
it's
the time, because they tried it in the
You can't do
past.
it
and was
online,
like, man,
and it's
that's
It's
a
$3
on
credit
the phone.
isn't worth the 3 hours on the phone.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So people don't do it.
Mine's a $10. Let's have the old one.
Well, but if they credit you half of the
Yeah.
month, you know, I mean,
Well, no, mine's $10. $10 every 2 weeks is what I pay. I must not be paying for it.
Thank you for that, I didn't know,
no, it should be lower than that. It should be per
It's
month.
all good. Just it's
No,
frustration.
we negotiated that when the county removed them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need to live up to their end of the deal.
Is Johnny still there, do you know, because last time I talked to him, he was really frustrated with.
I don't know.
with- but- Oh, did not know, thank you, no.
Yeah, I will say Randy's already fixed that valve box, taken care of.
Awesome.
That's.
Did we just pop it out, Plum?
It must, yeah, but it's,
If there's
Did
something go around the tree before you go.
Okay, Christmas lighting and small town Noel Friday and Saturday. That's all I've got tonight. See everybody tomorrow.
Thank you.